Okay, so I'm going to start. I think, let me check. We should probably be live everywhere. Okay. Yeah, so Twitch and YouTube seems to, they are live. So I'm going to start. Anyway, so last time, well, we did work with our pathfinding and stuff like that. So we can have A-star, 3D A-star, so we can move and we can make this guy move through walls and so on and so on. Okay, now let's create, because we're not going to be able to control him directly, we're going to let the units and so on be, we're going to be setting up tasks and we're going to let them just build them by themselves and so on and so on, just like you would in a colony sim. So let's see how are we going to do that. Let's create a new folder which we're going to call tasks, and let's create a new script which we're going to call task manager. Before we go with the task manager, let's also create another one. Okay, let's do this via the solution explorer though. Okay, we have our task manager. Let's add the namespace just for now, and we're going to get back and we're going to fix all of this. So let's create the template for the tasks. Okay. Now, the tasks are not going to be a mono behavior class, and in fact there's just going to be a simple abstract class of tasks. Okay, we first need to, well, we're going to need a few methods, and actually let's make them abstract. On, let's do this, on create task, what's going to be happening. Most likely we're going to need to include a node. Okay, so we should be passing at least a node where a task is going to be happening. We could always pass a null node if we don't need that. Okay, then an abstract void on path created. Okay, so what's going to be happening after, actually not on path created, on path complete, because in most cases, like 9 out of 10 cases, we're probably going to be, doing a pathfinder first until you get to the node. Okay. So what's going to be happening there? Okay. And on path complete, and actually we just want, I guess on path complete is where the actual, where we are actually creating this, or when we can actually run the logic for the task. So maybe let's not do it on path, well, okay, let's keep it on path complete, well, we'll see. And let's do an abstract void for on execute. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to need, I think we're going to need a grid object, a unit. So let's also do public virtual void on assign unit. What's going to be happening for this? And maybe we don't need the on create task. Okay, so okay, let's not use the on that. Let's just use the target node here on assign unit. No, that's still not. let's do it in a constructor. Okay. So let's go with this, and we'll start seeing what needs to be done in a bit. We have our tasks. Let's create the first one, which is going to be a build task. Let's delete all of this. And this one now is going to derive from task. Let's implement the abstract class. Okay, so on execute, need our constructor. Okay, which needs to be passing a target node, and I think it's preview method signature, and oh, come on. Oops. Yeah, so I totally forgot. Oh, come on. Let's find it. Yeah, okay. So we have build task, then base yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, so on execute, it means you've already reached the destination. Now I kind of want to do a public override of the onAssign. onAssign unit is just going to give you, just going to do this. Okay, we can either remove it entirely and write it again, or just keep the base, doesn't matter. Okay, in this case I'm just going to override it just so that we have everything that's showing in here. Then from here we need to set up a new pathfind operation from the unit position to the target node. And the same way we're doing this with our mouse operations. Okay, so basically what we're doing here, instead we're going to change the Pathfinder callback to actually nothing. We're just going to comment this out, just use this unit load path. Okay, and okay, let's see how we can do this. So let's make this from somewhere that we can access it easily. For example, a grid manager is singleton. Or actually, let's do it via the task manager, which we're going to make this singleton as well. And actually, it's not a task, let's call it job. And then from our mouse operation, let's just copy the entirety. Let's just copy all of this. We kind of want this as well. And we're going to need a unit. We're going to need the target node. And let's switch this to target node. And we want our callback, which is simply going to be this for now. Okay. So once this is done, however, when you are loading your path, you should also make the callback back to your task. And we can do this. Well, we kind of first need to save the task on the unit. And let's find it. Let's go in the grid object. And let's do task current task public void set current task current task equals task. We will also probably require a public bool to is on task. Okay, because we do not want to assign tasks on units that have already a task. So set current task, and we should also do public void path for task is complete. And then we're going to do current task dot on path complete. Okay. Current task, path for task is complete, on path complete. Awesome. So on our task manager, we're going to need, let's all this. And actually on unit now, we shall also do unit dot task path for task is complete. So let's do, we need a list of tasks, current tasks. We need a list of now that's going to get ugly. Oh, okay. And we need a list of pending tasks. Okay, then for inside an update, of course, for current tasks dot count current tasks I dot execute. Okay, then we also need a method for registering pending. So task okay, and we also need public void check available, check if available task, if on which unit. If you have any questions, feel free to talk in the chat and we'll get to them. So if pending tasks dot count is greater than 0, then pending tasks 0 dot on assign unit, assign me the unit. Okay, then pending task remove at 0. Okay, so now we're going to let it on, we're going to let the tasks handle everything they want to do on here. So for example, on assign unit, you're going to need to find your task manager and request a Pathfinder job from your unit to your target node. And what else we need to pass? Yeah, we did this the opposite way. We have our target node and we want our unit. On path, oops, we should probably do this inside the build task. On path complete, we're going to open a flag okay, and then is building, and then we should, let's see, let's just add a timer. I'm going to say if timer is less than 1.5f, then timer dot time dot delta time. Okay, else you can throw the actual execute will happen here, or you can make it into its own method. It's entirely up to you. So let's see, we have our timer, time. Then let's build. Well, we just want to throw on the build manager, we just want to throw the operation. So that will mean build at node. Okay, so let's see. Build line of base, okay. Yeah, from what it seems, we just need to throw the build at node, I guess, which is this one. So let's take this, copy it, and is this a singleton? If it is a singleton, then okay, it's okay, we have that. So on your build task, you can say build manager, build at node, target node, grid manager.singleton. Maybe we should fix this, and update neighbors true. I think we need to split building the, building the floors and building walls separately. We should probably do that independent from one each other, so we can have more control. But we'll see it in the future. So, okay, this will build a node. It means we are finished with this task. So let's create a new abstract, a new method. Let's call it virtual void actually, on task complete, which all is going to be doing, it will be unit dot current task set current task, you can set it to null, or you can make it, yeah, okay, let's make this cleaner. Public void clear task, current task equals null. Okay, then this unit can check for available tasks, check if available tasks for this once his first task is finished. Okay, so with this you can say unit dot clear task, and also we should remove it from the current tasks. Until a task is added onto the current task, it's not going to be running the execute, which means on our build task on path complete we should also do task manager dot singleton dot register task on pending this. So that means we're also going to need an unregister unregister task on pending task, and then not on pending, that's registered task. No, registered task on current we actually need, not pending. Pending is handled here. We still need these two, but we need one more task on current, and then public void, or we can just make this manually so we do not have to do a callback. We can do a definition for a bool here, and if this returns true, then you can remove current task, remove the current tasks I, but here's one small problem. We need to turn this, we need to be going the opposite way inside our loop. Minus. Okay. Awesome. So let's switch this, and we also need the, no, we don't need the unregister, we are doing it this way. So register task on current. Let's go on here and let's change this. This will be a bool, and while you're still here, return false, and here return true, that it's finished. Okay, so this will create us a new node, and it will clear the task for something new. So now on our build manager, instead of saying build line of base, and basically what we are doing here is going from one point to the other, but let's do this via our mouse operations. I think it's better. Mouse down, build field square. Here's what we need. Okay, so instead of doing this, we still need all of this, which finds directions and nodes and then starts building our nodes. Okay, so basically we need to replace this with creating those actual tasks. So I'm going to remove all of this because we don't want the edge nodes anymore. And actually, let's not modify this, let's just create it anew. And we don't need a new list. I'm going to say build task build fill square. Let's pass all of this, and we kind of need these two up till here. Okay, so instead of building a node and instead of returning null, oh no, this just builds on the sender node. Let's ignore this, or just builds on one node. Let's just ignore the, although we kinda need it. Let's remove it for now, okay. And we need this up till here. We're not going to be building at node anymore. We're going to be creating a task. So if node is not null in here, then build task, let's call it B, new build task with the target node. Okay, and you just need to register the task onto our task manager. Task manager, register task on pending. When we are registering a task on pending, we can make, well, we can have a list of all our grid objects or units. Register unit and then say grid object unit units.add unit. Okay, then check if available task. Let's make this into a bool, so this will return true, else return false. Okay, and then we can have a call, register task on pending, so it will automatically go through all the units. Okay, and we're going to say if not, check if available task for unit, or if actually this returns true for units. Also we say, yeah, okay, let's do it like that. So if this returns true, just break the for loop. But it should also do, yeah, no, before we even added that, we're going to say if unit I dot is on task is false, then take the task and assign it directly on that unit. Okay, and if that happens, break the for loop. Otherwise, and not just break, return. Otherwise, pending tasks dot add task. Okay, let's rename this to simple pending task. Okay, so this will assign your unit without going through the list first. And I think, yeah, okay, I think then we don't need the void here. At least for now, we're not going to need it. So on our grid objects, we kind of want to register them now. We can do this on start. Okay, so we have our register. So on our mouse operations, instead of build field square, we're going to do build manager, build or task build field square for store node, current node, and just pass the grid manager here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. Okay, so we have our task build field square. Technically this will work. Okay, so let's try it. Let's minimize that. We need to add our task manager into a game object. We can do this here. And let's hit play. We start at, okay, let's see what this is. Range, task manager 59. I think it's one of the lists is null. 59, yeah. Current task, how do you have a current task without even... Yes, -1. Okay, so we should start with build mode on, and I'm going to make a case. Okay, let's see what we have here. Current task on path complete. We do not have a current path, a current task, because we never using this. Yes, so on your build task, when you are assigning the unit, you should also do unit.on or set current task to this. Minimize that. We should leave this on. Okay, so he's going there. And he starts building. Yeah, we have a problem with our sprite. Or our guy tends to get naked a little bit. But for the most part, it's actually working exactly how we want it. He goes and creates everything he has to create next to, from where we, oops, he cannot jump there. Yeah, I don't know why he jumped. Let's see what's going to happen on the next line. Huh. Yeah, I don't know why he's jumping over there. I think it's because once it's set on your current task, yeah. I think it's because when it's set on the current task. So let's utilize this. I'm going to say, give me a second. So, okay, so if timer less than 1.5, and actually we should probably do, I think the timer starts building, although we're not, yeah, okay, let's say is building, and I'll do this if you're doing that. Then return false, otherwise return false. I think on execute, yeah, okay, this needs to return true, so we can remove it. That should probably fix it. No, don't know for sure, but we'll see. Need to enable build mode. Yeah, okay, that fixed it. So apparently we had, for whatever reason, the timer was updating, even though it should only update once you are there, unless we forgot something. Let's see, when are we calling this? On path complete. Path for task is complete. Oh, yeah, okay. We're calling this on path for task is complete. No, we're calling this on the pathfinder callback. We don't want that. On load path, once he's actually moving, which we do here. Okay. Here's where you should be doing then the callback load path. So we should do current task on path complete. Okay, which means now this is kind of pointless, we don't need it. We have all of this here. Awesome. Okay. So now he starts building and building and gets naked in the process. I mean, who doesn't want to get naked in the process? Okay, so one small adjustment we need to do is on the build manager. On this, we should also cover if there is only one position, which basically means doing this and saying we also need to get the node as well. From on the from position. Yeah, okay, we already have the node, which is going to be from register pending, okay, and then you need to do a return. Awesome. So the other thing I want to kind of change is how we build things. So we're going to say public enum. Let's create a public enum or whatever, and we're going to say build mode, and we're going to say floor, wall, door, and anything else we might kind of want to do. So we're going to say public build mode, okay, and then task build fill square. Okay, I think we should make this onto under the mouse operations build mode, and then on the build manager we're going to control what we want to create based on that enum. Okay, so build fill square, this can be for floors, so let's rename this to task build floor fill square. I think most likely you're only going to use build floor fill square. Then let's do public void task build wall square, and it's basically going to be the same thing we have above here, which we just create build lines and build line. So I'm just going to replace the build line. Let's find it here, and instead of building the node as we did, let's see, building a node, okay, or why are we adding this? Yeah, because we were making buildings, we don't have that anymore. So okay, build node, no, list of nodes, build node, okay, return value is useless, list of node is useless, build line of square, this also needs some adjustments, And actually, let's copy this entirely and move it above here. Then simply going to copy this and paste it here and here. Okay, now we do have a task, a build task, but we do not have a type of what we want to build. So we also need the mouse operations dot build mode or build type, I guess. Let's name it to build type. Okay, and we need to be passing that here as well. Build type. Okay, and with this we can just hard code it because we know we're all going to be using this for walls. Okay. Okay. And build floor, we can say build floor. Floor and build floor. Okay. Then let's see, we were doing on the build manager, we were saying build at node, but we did not tell him what we want to build. So this will add a floor. Build a door, we're calling this. Oh, we also have ladders, so we should probably build ladders as well. Let's see how we are on time. Oh, we are close to an hour. And okay. Yeah, we kind of need to change this. We kind of need to split this up into building 4 floors. So let's do that. Public bool. Actually, why public bool? Yeah. Build floor. Node. Grid manager. Okay, just do it like this. It will not update automatically because for the floor we don't need it. We only want it for walls and we do not update the walls right now, so it's okay. So let's copy all of that. No distance or null. Delete that. Okay, so this will build your node. It's going to change the layer depending on your okay. Then target sprite, base sprite on for floor, and then target sprite. I think that will be enough. Yeah, I think that will be enough for the floor. So mouse operations, or actually not mouse operations, build task, and we should do here build floor. But depending on the build type. Build door is simple already. Build door. And you just need to pass the node and build wall. You know what? Let's copy the build floor for building the wall. Okay. So that's now who's going to build a wall depending on the floor type and the build type we have. Okay, so let's see where is the error. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Oh, we do need it. We just need build to rename this to build type. Okay. Let's start with build mode on, and we actually can remove it entirely since we're always going to be in build mode, or well, most cases. So I'm going to go and hit play. I'm going to say build me some floor here, then build me, before we do that, let's go on the build task and let's set this to 0.5f. Okay, let's also fix this guy getting naked on grid object. And because we don't need to have, 1,000 units, well, only one unit, we can just move this, duplicate these guys. So they'll do jobs. Yeah, okay, now I think now they are all on the same position for whatever reason. Yeah. Don't know why though. Okay, so they start building. I don't know why they start on the same position, since it doesn't seem that. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, so here's our builders, but let's say we want to build some walls next. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to have to wait till they are done, I guess. Well, at least there are many, not just one they build. Now they're going to start building the walls. They don't, because we forgot to change the sprite. Because we just copy pasted. Okay, build wall should be the wall. Obviously we're going to have to make the walls a little bit different in their behavior later, so they can update the nodes next to them. And they don't. Why? Okay, let's go on the build task. Build wall. Build wall, no distance, base sprite wall. That's interesting. Mouse operations. Oh, because we are doing this. So we need another switch here. Build type. Floor. Wall and door. And we do not have a task for the door, but because door is a single point creation, so we can say if current node not equals null, we already checked that, then we can do a build task, new build task on the current node, build type to be door, and then task manager, register task on pending, build task. Okay, so let's switch right away to walls. All build wall square. Oops. Let's copy all of this. Paste it in here and then build line of base. Okay. Now it should work. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat or say hi. Just so that I'm not talking into the void. I mean, we are in space, but we don't have to be in space, if you get what I mean. Okay, so wall. And now let's start building their walls. This guy is left there, but I think it has to do because of the Pathfinder that they have these issues. That this guy is stuck forever because his pathfinding is not blocked. But this guy's, who knows. Let's build some floors. And I think this now is going to replace the walls. So we probably need to take into account cases like that. Let's see. Yeah, that replaces the walls. I think we don't need to be replacing the walls. Okay, so let's try and cut those cases out. So first of all, if there's something onto our walls already, so maybe let's do this on the mouse operation level. No, we need to do this inside this method level. So if node is not null, if node instance is null, only then do create a floor. Okay, if there is already something on the node, then don't touch it. Same thing we should do here as well. So if from node instance is null, and then down here if node and if node instance is null. Okay, there's that. So this will leave them in place. Let's try the doors, however. And for the doors to happen, we should check if the task manager, if the current node we have is actually having a wall on it. So if current node, okay, let's say if node distance is not null. So let's build some small walls. Oh, I think I know why all of them build on the same position. And I'm going to create floor around this. We should also do one more thing. If when I'm clicking here, you see this guy stops. We don't want to do that. So we can fix this easily if we go on the grid manager and say on awake application running background equals true. So they always update no matter what we are doing outside of the editor. Okay, so we can say build me some floors, and then yeah, I guess it didn't work. Yeah, perfect. Oh well, whatever. Or was it through the project settings? Yes, they are here. No. Let's do player. Other settings. Oh well, anyway. Or was it on the editor? Resolution, tone size, mode. Anyway. So now I think though walls should be able to override other nodes. So let's go back on our build manager and actually remove what we just added, basically, which is on to build line of base. Okay, we don't need this. Walls should override floors if they exist. If they do not exist, then they should still build. So it's okay. It's just the floor that shouldn't be able to override a wall, just so for us to be a little bit more precise on what we're doing, really. So let's create the floors and let's take the walls. And let's do like this. It will start building. Yeah, okay, so they start building their walls and so on and so on. So this technically should be working. Let's go and create, let's fix the grid units all spawning on the same position, and I think that happens on start. Is the grid object? No, maybe not. Yeah, because we're doing get meet node, let's use get node from your transform.position, and you will just place wherever we're placing those units. Then let's also create the ladders. Build ladder. Okay, so no distance equals null. Okay, so it's walkable. Okay, this will just update all of this. Okay, so let's do a call for this the same way we're doing the build door. On our mouse operations, let's add ladders. Okay, and let's do another case, build type.ladder, and we're going to take all of this, build task, build type ladder. Okay, the rest is going to stay the same. We could just add the register task on pending inside the constructor for the build task. We could do that. And then in here, let's do case mouse operation.ladder. Build ladder. stupidly enough, we just passed the grid manager via the singleton, but we can fix that. Well, we're going to fix it later, I don't care. So, one small issue is you have your build ladder. Your ladder has some rules. You need to have one more node above you. So it should be best if we do it from here. So let's do node above node, and let's do grid manager, get node, current node. Actually, since we're doing this all the time, let's go on the grid manager and let's say public node get above node of. Hello everyone on the chat. If you have any questions, you know what to do. So get node and going to say return node from.x, from.y, from.z. This will return the same node, so +1. And then say get below node of and do -1. Okay, so on our mass operation, let's do node above node equals grid manager get above node of current node. Okay, so if above node is not null, and if above node distance is not null, then only build your ladders. Save. Okay. Let's hit play. Okay, we have something wrong. Let's see. Yeah, these guys are not onto a grid position. So let's see why. Yeah, because they are on negative positions, I guess. So let's say 15, 14, 13, and the first unit can be 6. They will all go through this side. And you know what? Let's add something on the background just so that we can orient ourselves. Otherwise, we are just lost in space. Not the series or the movie or whatever that was. I don't really remember. I'm just going to drop background. Let's do sprite, okay, whatever. Then say, let's go under a camera. Let's add the sprite renderer. Let's add it underneath our camera. Reset. Yeah, okay, whatever. Let's make this 50. Okay, so this now needs to be like way down. And I think I'm going to make it even bigger. And maybe change that to point. Well, okay, it's better than nothing. We should probably unparent it out of the camera. Okay, so if we apparent it out of the camera, it goes. Yeah, and that is because this needs to be on the center. So I'm going to make the sorting layer, I'm going to add a new sorting layer, and I'm going to add this below everything. It's going to be background. Okay. And it's going to be below the default one. So it will always be on the back. This needs to be at the center. We have a grid of 100 and 100, so that means if this is at 50 and 50, that should probably be close to the center, if not the center entirely. Okay, we just do not have our guys in the midpoint anymore, but they should be coming. Yeah, they do come, it's just the node is kind of big, as you can see here, and we cannot stack. Unity is having some problems, so let's just put them all on the mid node, I guess. Get mid node and be done with it. Out of memory. Ooh, why are you running out of memory? So actually, I think Unity crashed. But why did we run out of memory? So let me pause for a second the stream, if I find out how we can do this. Yeah, no, it's not going to work. So what are you guys seeing anything? Yeah, okay, you're seeing the black screen. Okay, let's leave it to that till I see how on earth I'm going to fix this, because Unity crashed on me. Yeah, that's Baldrick. He has a cunning plan. So do I. So, okay, Unity is still stuck. Don't know why though. Yeah, okay, we are now working. Let's switch scenes. You should see the Unity screen. Let me know if you do not see it. And for whatever reason, this throws us out of memory. Don't know why that. Oh, I think it was because of the Pathfinder. It was too. It did a lot of operations. So let's fix that. And let's say. And let's add a failsafe, and let's do a public float time created time dot real time since startup, and then on our Pathfinder master if the current job is not yet done, then check current jobs I dot time created or time dot real time since startup minus time created. If it's over for 10 seconds, then consider that the job is done. And actually, let's say remove it entirely. This might throw some units to not be able to throw in another pathfind job, but yeah, we're going to fix that later. Doesn't matter. Okay, so let's throw in our 2D object, our sprite. At the sorting layer, let's move this back. This will be a background. This needs to be rotated 35 and 40 or 45. Okay. Move this to background. Okay. Let's hit play. Yeah. Oh. Huh. Yeah, so I'm stuck again. Interesting. So Unity crashed once more. Even though CPU usage is not that much, memory is... Chrome is actually using a lot more memory at this moment. So why I'm running out of memory? That's interesting. Task, build task, or Pathfinder. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I actually have the task manager. Let me replace that. Let's wait till Unity is still opening. Okay, let's hit play then. Without the background scene. And see if it's going to get stuck again. And of course it does. That's interesting. It doesn't even allow us to do anything. Yeah. I think we have some threads open, and that's why it happens like this. So let's see how we can fix this. First of all, let's remove this because it's code we're not sure entirely. And on disable, instead of saying notify complete, I'm simply going to be removing them. Let's see, I think we can, if we save the threads, job thread dot abort resume, start, suspend, deprecated, thread state. Yeah, I think we need to kind of store all the threads we are running. And we're going to do this inside the dictionary with with a pathfinder and the threads. Okay, once notify is complete, we are going to be removing the current job. But if we do a non-disable for each thread in threads.values, thread.abort. Okay, whenever we disable this. However, I think we should still damn it. Now it's not a problem with the while, it's a problem with the threads. Probably that's why we're running out of memory. Let's see if the profiler is going to show us something. If it was a problem with the while, it would have stopped once you finished running this. And also problems with whiles probably crash Unity entirely, that you doesn't run you out of memory. And let's see, where's the profiler? Let's find CPU users. Let's close that. Yeah, now it's not loading anything. Jobs, okay. Let me move that out of the way. Yeah, okay. We still run out of memory. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening now. But I'm going to guess there is a working thread, because sometimes the threads do not even close after you finished with Unity. So I think I might have to do a restart for this. OS, power users, okay. Yeah, I think we need a restart for this, because there's the threads that we can't actually access. So it kind of ruins our memory usage. Although technically it shouldn't be that much, right? Because as you can see, it's not that much. Chrome is actually using much more. But who knows? We probably did something wrong. Now, the problem is, if I did a restart, well, we'll have to redo the stream. I kinda don't want to do that, so let's do something else. Let me actually Google if we can access the threads. Yeah, we kinda need to have the basically what we did here we need to have them access them, but I want to access the thread without first having it saved. So I access the threads that are running in the background at the moment, but I can't find a solution to this. Who knows? So I think I'm just going to have to restart a PC, so I'll see you in a second.